The very first thing I did after my rebirth was ditch class every single day to train my body. Even when my professor threatened to fail me and my girlfriend Liu Ruyan broke up with me, I didn't care one bit, because I knew exactly what was coming. In just one more month, devil fruits were going to start appearing all over the world, and whoever got their hands on one would gain extraordinary powers. But in my past life, even after awakening an ability, I still died, miserably, in the middle of a zombie horde, because my fruit was too weak, and my body was way too out of shape. This time around, I had the advantage of knowing what was coming. I wasn't about to waste it. I was going to grab every opportunity I could. And I already knew there was a devil fruit nearby, sitting in the fruit shop right next to campus. The place had a pretty wild name too. You're just too beautiful. So every day, I'd swing by that shop to grab some fruit, and check whether that devil fruit had shown up yet. Then today, I was doing my usual browse through the store. When I hit the pineapple section, 2 short green stems instantly caught my eye. I shoved the pineapples aside, and there it was, fully exposed right in front of me. No doubt about it. It matched my memory perfectly. This was the devil fruit of Kaido, one of the 4 emperors from the world of One Piece. I kept my cool, paid as fast as I could, and casually grabbed a bag of regular fruit to use as cover. The second I stepped out the door, I ran straight into a broad, stocky, middle-aged guy. It was the exact person who held the azure dragon fruit in my past life. Knowing how close I'd cut it, I let out a quiet sigh of relief. If I'd shown up even a little later, that azure dragon fruit would have been his. No question. Back at the dorm, I didn't hesitate for a second. I took a bite. The taste was absolutely disgusting, like someone blended a slop bucket, a septic tank, and a moldy rag together and shoved it straight into your mouth. I nearly threw up on the spot, but I forced it down, every last bit. Then I went all in, ate the rest of the skin, the core, and that short little purple stem too. All of it went down. It took a while before I finally managed to take a normal breath again. The seed of something incredible had been planted. All I could do now was wait. I pulled out my phone and started scrolling through short videos and forums. After going through all the major platforms, I typed in a specific username and clicked the first video that came up. Yo, you guys seeing this? This right here is the Rumble fruit. I'm auctioning it off in the comments. Highest bid wins. That got my attention real fast. Sure, I'd already eaten the azure dragon fruit and couldn't eat a second one, but once the apocalypse hit and people realized what these things were actually worth, no amount of money would be enough to buy one. These were the most valuable trading chips in the entire post-apocalyptic world, and even if I didn't trade it, I could always give it to my parents or my little sister. Besides, eating a second fruit wasn't completely impossible either. It just came down to strength and luck. So instead of dropping a comment, I went straight to this bleach blonde kid's DMs. Bro, this prop is seriously impressive. Looks just like the real thing. I want it. Those people in the comments are just trolling. Give me a straight price and I'll buy it right now. Bro, this is a real devil fruit. $1 million is totally fair. If it's real, why aren't you eating it yourself? If you're actually serious about selling, give me a real number. Otherwise, I'm blocking you. Fine. 10 grand. Final offer. 1,000. For a replica in this condition, that's already the ceiling. Thought I could squeeze out more, but 1,000 works. That'll keep me going for a while. Alright, send the money and I'll ship it to you. You're not a verified seller. What if I pay and you ghost me? Send me an address. I'll come meet you in person. Fine by me, like he was gonna rob me or something. Once I had the address, I hauled it over there. Getting to the bus station in the county town he mentioned only took about 2.5 hours. You're the one selling the devil fruit, right? Pull up a payment code. Let me check if it's legit first, then I'll scan and pay. Money first, then you inspect. What, you think I'm gonna dip on you? This was his turf after all. The blonde kid thought about it and figured that was fair. He had a rep around here, and if anyone tried to stiff him, one phone call and his boys would be there in minutes. My hands were actually shaking a little when I took the bag. I reached in and pulled out the devil fruit, heart pounding like crazy. No question, this one was real. I scanned the $1,000 without a word, tucked the fruit away, and turned right back around. If this backwater town had a train station, I would have been on my way home already. On the ride back, I had my phone out scrolling through videos again, when suddenly one clip stopped me cold. In recent days, a large number of patients have suddenly fallen into comas, and many others have been found with strange spots appearing on their skin. Experts say this is likely a new strain of influenza, and are urging everyone to wear masks and take precautions. My stomach dropped the second I saw that. Sudden comas, spots on the skin. That was the exact sign that the apocalypse was about to kick off. I'd seen it all before in my past life. I bolted back to the dorm, grabbed my bag, which I'd already packed and ready to go, and made a break for the door. But right at that moment, a blood-curdling scream erupted behind me. People started dropping one after another, spots breaking out all over their bodies. Then out of nowhere, a crushing invisible pressure slammed down and froze everyone in place. And then the ones who'd fully blacked out snapped. Eyes bulging, fingernails shooting out into long, jagged claws, they came tearing out of every dorm room like pure animals. Students were screaming and running for their lives, but right in the middle of all that chaos, I felt something stir deep in my blood. A power waking up from inside my body. The Azure Dragon's power, unleashed. I threw my head back and let out a thunderous roar. Azure dragon scales started spreading across my skin, horns burst from my skull, and my hands twisted into razor-sharp dragon claws. My body was going full dragon. The students in the hallway were terrified. They thought I'd turned into a monster just like the others. But after shifting into my human beast form, my stats went through the roof. Strength, defense, speed, recovery, everything spiked to an insane degree. And right on cue, 2 zombies came roaring at me from behind. One swing of my dragon claw sent them flying. Then another zombie burst out of the room next door. I opened my mouth and blasted it with a heat breath. Scorching flames reduced it to ash in seconds. But after that one breath attack, I could already feel my stamina take a serious hit. That's just how Devil Fruit abilities work. Everything runs on stamina. Even later down the line when hockey becomes widespread, it all still drains your physical energy at the end of the day. The early stage of the Divine Gift period was basically pure raw endurance. And I wasn't some Oni like Kaido. I definitely didn't have his absolutely broken constitution. So even with the Azure Dragon Fruit, I couldn't push it anywhere near its true potential. But I wasn't out of options. I swung my custom baseball bat. Extra thick, extra heavy, purpose-built for caving in zombie skulls. As I raised it, arcs of electricity crackled around the barrel. The Azure Dragon Fruit gives control over 3 natural elements: wind, fire, and lightning. It's nowhere near as busted as a Logia, but for straight up boosting your attacks, more than enough.